Hello and welcome to the Kenneth for Cam, the Law Office Legal Podcast. In this edition, we're talking about what's called the notice of probate in a probated estate matter. So, when there's a will, the will sets forth who's the executor and who gets whatever. After the person becomes, they have to formally go to the surrogate's office, or typically the attorney will send in a type of information sheet ahead of time and fax over a copy of the will, a copy of the death certificate. That way, when the person schedules an appointment, they can bring the original will or an original death certificate, and they're typically in and out of the surrogate's office within 25 minutes, as long as everything is sent ahead of time. So, okay, the executor gets these papers that's called letters testamentary. Fancy name. We sometimes call them the magic papers, because just because someone's executor will, until they get this order from the surrogate court, they don't have the power to do anything. They need the letters testamentary. Then what happens next is what's called the notice of probate has to be sent to everyone who is listed as a beneficiary in the will, and also everyone who would have inherited if there was no will. So they have time. They have the certain limited time in which to object to the probate of the will, or to challenge the will down the road. So the notice of probate is sent to all the different beneficiaries. Then after it's sent out, the attorney will file with the surrogate's office certification of the notice of probate and pay the $10-15 filing fee. I typically recommend the executor send an email to all the beneficiaries every 3 weeks to give them an update on what's going on with the estate, because this way it's pretty easy to send a group email as a BCC. This way, it's everyone's on board, everyone knows what's going on, and no one has to think, hey, I haven't heard anything from anyone for a while. And the more the executor does, the less they're paying the attorney typically to do, because most attorneys charge by the hour. But the notice of probate is required, and most people hire the attorney to properly do that. For more information on notice of probate or the probate process itself, visit website njlaws.com. And for representation in probate and estates, contact Ken Verkammen's office at 732-572-0500 for New Jersey matters. Thank you.